name is Amelia and I'm a water quality operator here for the city of South Burlington. I'm also one of the Vermont Rural Water Association's apprentices in their apprenticeship program. And I've worked here for about 3 months. And before that I graduated with a degree in biology from Wellesley College in Massachusetts. And I really like working here. It's a good way to help the community and help our natural resources stay healthy for everybody to use. So today I'll just be showing you around some different places in the plant and explain what we do on a day-to-day basis here to keep the water quality in South Burlington looking good. Okay, so here we're at the Hugworks, which is where water from the city or from septic haulers comes into the wastewater treatment plant. And this is where stuff like coffee grounds or eggshells settles out of the wastewater because it's kind of heavy, and also where trash gets taken out by something called a bar screen. So that's how we know the wastewater is ready to treat by our different processes that we use here. After it passes through the Hugworks. Okay, so these are called primary clarifiers, and this is where wastewater comes into the plant, and then the solids settle to the bottom, where then they get turned into sludge or solid byproduct, and then on the top the fats, oils, and greases float up and get taken out and put in the dumpster basically. And this is called a sludge judge, and it's the tool that we use to see how much solid compared to liquid is here in our clarifiers. So we just put it down to the bottom and then pull it up so we can see where the liquid turns into the solid. Okay, so here on my right and left are called aeration basins, and this is where we pump oxygen and air into the wastewater so that the bacteria inside the waste has enough energy to help us break down the pollutants that are inside the wastewater. And these are where most of the different pollutants and compounds that are in the wastewater that we don't want to end up in the rivers get taken out, and the bacteria are what help us do this. So here every day we take samples to look at under the microscope to make sure the bacteria and other microorganisms in the wastewater look good, and also to make sure the amount of solid compared to the amount of liquid also looks good. So I'll just show you how we do that. Yep, and we normally do that about 6 times for each of these 3 aeration basins over here, so we have enough to do our different lab samples on. Okay, so this is our lab here in South Burlington, and it's where we do testing for things like pH, temperature, solids, for all the different parts of the wastewater process. And some of these things are so we know the plant's working well, and then other ones are so we know that we're following the laws about what we can and can't release into the river where the end product of our wastewater treatment goes. And Jen here is my coworker, and she's been teaching me a lot during my apprenticeship about how to work in the lab. So yeah, we have a lot of different equipment to learn how to use. Here's a pH probe that we use to measure pH. Here's a suction flask that we use to dry out the wastewater so we know how much solids and other stuff is inside. And yeah, there's lots of other stuff, but you'll have to come and visit a wastewater plant to learn more about that.
Most of what we do in here is based on our permit. We do weekly permit testing and monthly permit testing and daily permit testing. Some of it is for process control only, but anything that goes on the permit is all, anything that goes on the state report is all based on what's in the permit, what we're required to do.
Okay, so before we saw the aeration basins where bacteria break down the waste inside of wastewater, and after the water leaves there, it comes down to these secondary clarifiers. And the water comes in the middle and then travels to the outside, and the solids settle out to the bottom, and then you can see pretty clean water coming out the top. And this is one of the last processes that we do before the water gets put back in the river. But before then, it gets disinfected by some UV light bulbs, and that you can see in that building over there. So this is towards the end of the process, and you can definitely see how much cleaner the water gets after passing through the wastewater treatment plant.